channel elsewhere. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, YouTube world? Hey, Conscious crew. Hey, LRLers. What's going on to all new subscribers, baby? We in have an old nasty piece of Sunday, baby. Oh, nasty piece of Sunday commentary, baby. Surviving the 18. Yes, God. If you're new here, okay, somehow you stumbled into the stream, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe, baby. It'll be well worth every bit of your time and your effort, okay? If you would be so kindly to give me a mercy piece, a thumbs up, okay? I'm gonna need that thumbs up because thumbing up allows YouTube to send the goddamn streaming content and recommend it to all other YouTube patrons, okay? So get me up in them algorithms, get this video up in them algorithms, baby. We just started and we already at 80 likes. Hallelujah to the Black Jesus, the cornrowed Holy Ghost, the Afrocentric Yahshua, Lamb up out of Bethlehem. Yes, God, okay? And don't forget to set your notification bell, okay, to all, because you never know what day and the hour, just like y'all don't know when Yahshua gonna come through them crowds and them clouds, baby, and part the skies and the atmosphere and bring forth the saints and the angels to resurrect the righteous, baby. Just like y'all don't know the day or the hour when the Lord is going to come and call you and your lace wig up to the highest of heaven, baby, for the glory, baby, for the rapture of it all. You don't know when CTV is going to come through with an upload, sugar. So let's get into some things, baby. Okay, now I got some announcements to make, okay, before we get heavy off into some stuff, baby, okay? First of all, y'all know it's been a nigga birthday week, baby, and it was a ratchet, Rudy Tooty birthday week, baby. I'm talking about expensive sweets and luxury living and flights and feelings, baby, okay? The Lord was good to a king and a queen on his or her 36th anniversary on this God-given planet, baby. A nigga is blessed. I said a blessed. It's been a blessing, baby. Yes, God, honey, okay? CTV is here to raise holy divine hell on the earth and to do it while looking very beautiful and fashionable, if I shall say. Now, I don't even wear sweaters, y'all. But, I said, you know what? I'm in a new season of my life. I'm in a turtleneck boss bitch, let these hoes have it, tear their shit up type of a mode, and I want to do it swiftly and professionally, baby. So, I bought me some turtlenecks, I bought me some cardigans, I bought me some sweaters, baby. Oh, yes, God, get into it, get your life. Can't nobody do this like CTV, baby. Can't nobody give you commentary, give you breakdown, baby. Can't nobody give you entertainment, give you intellect, give you dialogue, and give you looks, baby. Give you transformative, honey, like the CTV can, baby, okay? Y'all better tell motherfuckers how we get down, baby. We do legendary things, okay? We go after real bad guys over here, honey, because these hoes, okay? You know why they wanted to get me out of the way? Why initially the 18 wanted me to be their friend and they wanted to recruit me, baby, because they know they wasn't going to be able to get to Larry without going through the CTV. And they ain't no getting to Larry as long as CTV is in the house, baby. Okay? And now, unfortunately, the last 5-6 months has been a terrible lesson and reminder to these low vibrating hoes and whores and heathens, scammers and schemers, PPP, loan applicationers and things, okay? They had to get a crash course and a reminder that when well is alone, baby, let well be well enough. When good is good, baby, let good be good enough. And now look at you. Now look at these whores, sued, lawyerless, and got the lawyer begging to withdraw from cases because CTV is on the motherfucking trail, baby. Who else give you legendariness, baby? What commentator you know got lawyers shook and running for the hills, baby? What commentary and commentator and content creator, baby, okay, has a reputation, baby, for not only having a powerful platform, but being a powerful individual that knows how to move heaven and all of hell at command. Y'all better get into it, baby. And y'all got into it, baby. Y'all got into it for that birthday, baby. So I will be giving you guys a B-Day review. Honey, I got to tell y'all all the ratchet shenanigans that went down, baby. I got footage, I got pictures, and I got to give a shout out because you guys flooded me in silver and gold. Silver and gold, honey. Okay, for my B-Day. So I want to thank you all. I love you all. I could not ask for greater support. You guys are everything. And welcome to everybody in the stream. So you guys be looking out for that B-Day review video, okay? Now, I got to play the intro. You know, I'm going to play my regular intro. We got to get into some teams, okay? I have a guest here, honey. And we're going to get into a little bit of a backstory and everything, and a build up and get into some teams, okay? So I want you guys to be seated, you know, and just give your energy, honey. Keep the spirits high and lifted. We got 102 people in the building. Mods, don't play no games. Y'all know how I like it. You know, I like people to be sassy. I like them to be honest, but no explicit disrespect of my guests or of myself or of my mods or of any Conscious Crew members in the chat. Any explicit disrespect. Send them whores to the river. Drop their bodies off in the river. Dump them in the Mississippi River and allow they mammies to find them later on. Okay? Hey, T. Trisha, what's going on? Auntie, hey, Bonita, what's going on? So, with no further ado, let me play this intro, girl, and we're going to get into it, okay? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so let me bring forth my guest, you guys. Let's get into it. Let me take this down real quick. Rev.
Hey.
Rev
Hey.
G. Don't mind none of my shenanigans in the beginning, okay?
Man, no, man, you are talented, on fire, and I am so grateful and blessed to be here today. My goodness.
I feel the exact same. The energy is high and it's right, and the timing is just epic. You know, this is divine timing, Rev. This is divine timing. This is the time of justice. This is a time of solidarity. This is a time of much retribution, okay? God is galvanizing and magnetizing all of the working and cooperative components for a justice that has been long overdue in these virtual lands. And we are dawning upon the conclusion of that justice and enjoying it as well.
Amen. You know what? I agree with you, because if you had told me that this would happen right now, that you know there would be like retribution at hand, I would say, okay, let me see it. And we're seeing it right now.
It's a lot, Rev. It's a lot. It's you know, earlier on and all this, and I'm not gonna go into detail.
Yeah.
The way that this thing is mapped out, the way that this blueprint is set up, the way that this stuff is going to unfold in such a synchronistic, chronological, intentional order, it's so devastating. And it's so geniusly mastermind that at one point I almost felt sorry. A part of me almost empathized with my enemy. And then the Holy Ghost with the Afro said, cast not your empathetic pearls unto ratchet YouTube swine. Cast not your compassion. Okay? Rebuke thee in the name of the cornroad Yahshua. And therefore I did. And my foot has been Mm-hmm.
No, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and my foot has been eternally on their necks ever since. Now, these very circumstances caused us to intersect. What's going on? This Beach is Better. Before I get into this, you guys, make sure you subscribe to Beach is Better. This is my other baby mother, honey. We just came off of an amazing live. Hold on for a minute, you guys. Hold on for 1 second, Rev. Rev, introduce yourself, okay? Introduce yourself. Tell the people about yourself and how you came to be on YouTube and everything.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so my name is Reverend Gerald Palmer. I go by the name of Rainbow Rev. Actually, that name was given to me. But I came on YouTube back in 2017, basically just making videos and really looking at the Umar Johnson situation. You know, because Umar Johnson was, you know, I didn't know anything about the school or anything like that. And so I started making videos just dealing with Umar based on what he was saying about our LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters and others. Because since 2002, I've been a strong LGBTQ plus ally, you know, speaking up and speaking out and looking at religious based homophobia. And that's how I got into addressing what Umar Johnson was doing. So that's just everything in a nutshell. I'm a
Okay.
husband, father, ordained, licensed and ordained minister, social worker, educator, just a Renaissance person like yourself, man, and loving the Lord and care about His people.
Amen. To God be the glory.
Yes, sir.
So, how did so obviously the circumstances that have caused a lot of us to intersect has unfortunately been because we all share the same open opponents. Because I don't really like to call people enemies, because I'm only going to title someone as an enemy when they actually have the power and authority to cause suffering upon me. And these people are not that. They are just sparring partners as far as I'm concerned. You know, an enemy would have to be a badder bitch than this fat bitch that we're here talking about today. And I know you saved and sanctified, so just please rebuke the sin in my vernacular. I try to remember that you a holy man up in here today. Okay, so now we have been entangled with this particular group on our end. And when I mean our end, I'm talking about on me and Larry's end for years now. And this all began, ironically, as commentator to fan ratio. These were fans. These were subscribers of Larry, of myself, of King Jives, etc. These were supporters and had been supporters for years. At some point, people wanted to get a little closer. And because anointed people are very particular about that which has closeness to them, there was a hard no that was given to that closeness. What we didn't know in telling folk no, what we didn't know in telling folk that you can't sit at the table, what we didn't know about not extending an invitation to be closer family, was that we were indirectly triggering up, and I don't believe these people even knew it or even know it. We were triggering up their abandonment issues. And a lot of times there are people walking around with mental illnesses and emotional disturbances and childhood traumas that go unrecognized, especially as it relates to the Black community. That we don't necessarily recognize mental illness because we've always used the church as a substitute for therapy. So a lot of times as Black Americans, we don't have the language, we don't have the concepts and the ideas to be able to put our emotional framework into a different context. And so I think a lot of folk are walking around as a hot, obese mess And nobody has ever been able to quite check it because they've been around in environments and within systems and within ethnic groups that don't have the discernment necessary to distinguish where behavior comes from, to properly assess certain behaviors and behavior traits, and to properly challenge, acknowledge, reconcile, and deal with those things. So when we told these folk, no, baby, all hell broke loose, Reverend. All hell broke loose. It was like Satan and the fallen angels descending from heaven's gate. Okay? And it's been 2 years on our end of being absolutely silent on our part, but dealing with these people attempting to build a name for themselves by way of the vehicle of debauchery, slander, intrusion, harassment, stalking, that has been both electronic and now has been physical. Has been physical.
Wow.
State lines have been crossed. People's windows have been peeked through. People's front yards have been pulled up into, and this is why lawsuits and injunctions and criminal charges are following accordingly. And nobody could have ever told us then that saying no to a bunch of randoms on the internet would have resulted in fanaticism and obsession. And for a long time, I didn't know that this behavior was exclusive, wasn't exclusive to us, because I don't really dilly dab in a lot of sectors. I'm just now starting to spread my wings, or if you let Fupa tell it, I'm just now willing to spread my legs, you know, all across the internet and get familiar with other communities and things. And so in one of my previous lives, I saw you and another beautiful individual, anti-Afro Sengali.
Yeah.
Did I pronounce that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And from there, I learned that you guys have endured literally, it's literally like you guys are that we're having a mirror experience, that we're just looking at ourselves and y'all, and I was shook. I could not believe, Reverend, that this behavior is going on elsewhere on these virtual lands by these same world devouring Thanos Infinity Stone motivated heathens that are just going from one virtual space to another virtual space, causing division and wreaking havoc. Now, what's the gag? Because I'm gonna let you tell us our story, and I want to hear every nook and crevice of it, Reverend. I want to hear every bit of everything. But this is what I'm gonna say.
Right.
This is how you know who is who in a situation. We've only had issues with those people. Those people have issues with everybody. Their issues cross sectors. Their issues and tensions and dramas are all across in other lands and spaces. And my grandma, my 92-year-old beautiful silver-haired grandmother, bad bitch, 92-year-old bad bitch, told me that, baby, if a big bitch find herself always in some trouble, it's because that big bitch is the trouble. She ain't quite say it like that, she says, but I just put my own little CTV-isms on it, Reverend. But the old saying goes that if you find yourself always in some mess, it's because, darling, you the mess. You the mess. That's why everywhere you go, you make a mess, because you are creating the mess. So how did you intersect with, I mean, some would call her a woman. I'm willing to consider that she's female, but woman is exclusive to being human. I think this is a female a female orchid, a female whale, a female hippopotamus, but a female, but a woman. I don't know if I quite say that, this far in, but I want you to take the floor and I want you to tell us how this group of heathen and virtual thieves and scammers got into your life and those around you.
Yeah, man, it is as though we are that Spider-Man meme where there's two Spider-Mans and they're pointing at each other. It's like our stories are so similar, man. I would say this. So it goes back to 2017 when I started making videos about Umar, and there was not a so-called. And I know pretty much a lot of folks should know who Umar Johnson is, right?
Yes.
So anyway, he has this following, and so myself, Anti-Afro, we started making videos just talking about the things that we're addressing with Umar. So it was beyond YouTube. It was contacting universities, places where he was speaking, because we felt that he had no place talking to children, talking to others, because he was bringing poison to our community. Misinformation on mental health, misinformation on special education, and then the homophobia was the other main issue. And so we started to get some traction. And so there was a group of us who were online, offline, and Anti-Afro, she came up with the term anti-fraud warriors. And so anti-fraud warriors were a group of people who were making sure that we dealt with fraud in the Black community. And just so happened, the main person that we were looking on was Umar Johnson. So I was just making these fledgling videos that wasn't getting nothing was happening. And then 2018, we started making impact on universities, places start canceling Umar. So, when you start messing with people's money, you start messing with that money, they gonna try to get you. And so he started putting our names out there. And so I'm naive to all of this. I wasn't trying to be no content creator. I'm just just a social worker of 20 years, a minister, and someone with a compassion, making videos and making comment, and then watching Anti-Afro. That's my friend Andrea, watching her grow. And then two type of people started following us. One was the person that was trying to get clout by trying to tear us down. And then two was the person trying to get clout by grabbing on our shirt tails. And I know I was being weighed down because one of the person grabbing on our shirt tails was, let me see your transcript. She came out of nowhere around 2020 is when she came out of nowhere. And around that time, that's when Umar Johnson really sped up and he started threatening us. And so January, I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, he had threatened us before. He had put my name in memes and stuff like that. And he had his followers like send me emails. I had like hundreds of emails from his followers. Oh, don't do that. I have 100 emails from
I'm very visual. I want people to see the ugliness that we rendezvousing with, baby. I think they can really internalize it when they can see the evil, when they can see Satan for what he or she is.
Lord Jesus.
Even if you gotta close your eyes, Rev, just close your eyes and speak to me. Just follow the sound of my voice.
I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the screen right now.
Don't look at the show. Rev.
No, my TV screen. I'm looking at the screen.
Oh, Lord. Turn your TV. Now, that's way too wide. Turn your TV screen off, Rev.
All right. So when he mentioned our names, that's when stuff really got wicked. And so, she started, calling herself an anti-fraud warrior. In 2020, she started putting our names in hashtags. And I was like, who brought her here? I felt like somebody vetted her and it was fine, but we were warned about her. I had no idea that all the chaos that she was bringing on in the lives of you guys. But I just couldn't keep track because around that time was when people started to really attack us. They, I really understand what Larry's going through. People started making videos about me, calling me a pedophile. They,
Wow.
in October, one of these
Mm.
persons, man, he attacked my wife's business. Uh, Out of nowhere, he started. He got like 20, 30 people to write fake reviews about her business. And I mean, you know how that works.
Yes.
And his goal was to destroy my life. He said that because you talking about Umar, you doing this, we're gonna do this to you.
Mm.
And that was the start, man. I mean, the start was another guy. He made a video where he said that I sexually assaulted students because I'm also a part-time social work instructor. And he went as so far as calling my employer and lying and said that he knew numerous students. And I can't talk a lot about that because it's still an
Mm-hmm.
open investigation,
Mm-hmm.
not on my end. And so you add all that happening, and then in December, I actually got fired from a job because I didn't report the threats that Umar made against me.
Mm.
And so you got all this stuff happening. I asked for support, and right, that's when Kim started to make her move.
Okay, so tell
She's
us about that
she's
move.
so the move that she started to make
Mm.
was like at the same time that I was being attacked, anti-Afro was being attacked. She had people threatening to sexually assault her. She had
My
all
God.
this stuff. It was bad.
Mm.
Calling her on her contractors. It was just like it was a own attack, offline, online. And at that time, Kim was saying, I'm on your side, I'm on your team. And then while we're doing that, she slowly was trying to get into having us help against Larry Reid. She was trying to have anti-Afro to help her and her
Really?
friend. Yes, she was trying to get.
Wow.
Yeah, she was also trying to get my help. I was like, nah, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's going on. I
Mm-hmm.
I was like, she said my friend's being sued, and you know,
But did she
they're
tell you the
sending a
part where her friend begged the plaintiff to sue him? Did she? Did she?
no,
Or did she
I
leave
don't
that
know.
part out? Oh, okay. She left that part out.
Left
Mm.
all that out.
Oh, okay.
All that stuff left out
Mm-hmm.
about her, harassing other people and
Mm-hmm.
doxing people and sending letters to
Mm-hmm.
people's moms in prison. All that crap was
Mm-hmm.
left out. All of that was left out. And if I can fast forward, the big move happened this summer.
Well, you know what?
And
You ain't even. I don't even want you to fast forward. I want you to slow, slow.
okay.
Yeah, you can take your time and travel. We here. We all
Okay.
relaxed. Yeah,
Okay.
we here for the whole plate, Rev. So you got it.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
don't
Okay.
leave no stone
I'm just
unturned. You might not wake up
well,
tomorrow. You might be with the Lord. Okay, and we need all the intel. They ain't
it's
forget.
it's terrible because these are people
Mm-hmm.
clout chasing. See, I don't know. I didn't know Daryl Moore. I don't I don't have nothing to speak on that, man. All I know
Mm-hmm.
was her. And the thing is, she kept becoming moderators for people who turned out to be some terrible people. And she became their mods. And in fact, the one guy who was claiming that I sexually assaulted people and doing all these lies and trying to destroy
Mm-hmm.
my life, first she said he was wrong, and then now she's apologizing to him, and now she's cool with him. So it's just like what is happening? And
So
I
she's
mean,
basically become associated and acquainted with your open enemy.
right, and
Mm-hmm.
not just that, she has allowed her platform to be used to attack myself and anti-Afro. You
Mm-hmm.
have someone right now in your chat. Her name
Mm-hmm.
is Cher Whitty.
Mm-hmm.
She, I didn't know who she was, and then one day I went to her page, and she had like hundreds of videos of myself and Andrea, and I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And so getting ahead of myself. So let me slow down.
Yeah, you just take your time, Reid.
Yeah. I want to
Just
speed it
build
up
us up a
because
chronological. No, don't speed it up. Just
yeah,
take us
because you
through
know what?
chronologically.
Honestly, man, you know the hard part about it is these people don't realize that they're trying to destroy people's lives. And with the doxing, with the with the supporting of other people, and as you said about the mental illness piece, I've never been shy to say that I am one of the millions of Black folks who is living with mental illness, and not just living, but I'm thriving, baby. I'm thriving with it. I make sure that I do everything that I'm supposed to do, and that if it's taking medication, if it's going to counseling, if it's praying, if it's taking care of my body, if it's having a great support system, all of that. But I agree with you when you say when you talk about a lot of this is due to mental illness. But I would say for let me see your transcripts. She really didn't show her true colors until this summer.
Okay.
Until this summer, because she wanted to be anti-fraud warrior, but she never did the work. You know, she never did the contacting. Uh, she never, she never did the work, but she always wanted to take the
She wanted the
credit.
clout and the credit without
She wanted,
the
yes,
work.
she wanted the clout.
Clout chasing, the way that she chases after a number 4 baconator, extra onions, chili cheese fries, extra large Mountain Dew on the side, and a Diet Coke for later. The way she chases.
Or cheese poppers.
Okay, got it. So
or
clout
Sonic
chasing,
cheese poppers.
clout chasing at its top.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was clout chasing, and I felt so bad because it just snuck up on me. It snuck up on me because when I put two to two together, the constantly putting our names in hashtags, because the thing is, it was, it's small clout, and it didn't get big until, again, this character Umar Johnson mentioned our names, and I didn't see that coming, that people would deceive you like that, would try to be your friend and be all nice and like she was. And it all came to head this summer when she wanted Anti-Afro to, one, make a video about Larry Reid, and then for two, she wanted Anti-Afro's Fingalis to be okay with being attacked on on Kim's platform without speaking up. And so what Kim started doing was she started to support people who were against Anti-Afro's Fingalis, and then she started to listen to people who kept saying, you know what, you should be over anti-fraud warriors.
Oh, so she started letting people feel a wide ass head, and she started aligning with people who were against the initial move, who were against the very movement that she was pretending she was so
right. And then what she started to do is she kept telling Anti-Afro to stop using thumbnails, or stop using comments, because people see, for years, one thing I miss saying is, for years, myself and Andrea, we wouldn't talk about people who were attacking us. We would keep focused on Umar. And then after the hell we went through in 2020, we started saying names. And so that's when that's when Kim was like, well, you need to stop saying the names of people, and Anti-Afro, stop doing this, stop doing that. And Andrea was like, hell no, why am I going to listen to you? So what Kim started doing secretly and slimy, she started having these panels on our show where people were openly attacking Anti-Afro. And I'm like, how can you be somebody's friend and then be so-called AFW? And so me personally, I was just like not trying to get involved, because I still again, I respected Kim. I didn't see what y'all saw. I'm a trusting person. She had my phone number. She was a friend on Facebook. And I didn't know what I had no idea what she was doing over here. And then in July, man, she trying to bring me into all of this. She sent me an email or text or whatever telling me that I need to step back from anti-Afro. I need to step back.
Now the female Jezebel narcissist is triangulating, trying
Right.
to turn inward members, low-key trying to create those lines of division so that she can center and control all the mechanisms. That is
Right.
so manipulative.
And so I'm
It's
seeing
so
right.
Go ahead.
No, and I'm leaving out a part about I'm seeing now what anti-Afro is talking about, that there was also some pieces that people were calling her names, were doing all type of stuff, and you know, Kim was siding with those people. The biggest thing for me is there was another person who was also a friend of mine who said some nasty things about Andrea, and so Andrea stepped in. That's anti-Afro's Fingales. And so Kim tells me, well, you shouldn't be siding with anti-Afro because the other person that she's talking about gave you money and supported you. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Why are you keeping track of who's sending me money? And I knew at that moment that Kim was fake. And so I said, Kim, I said, I'm done with you. You fake. I have
Wait,
no.
so hold on. So just so that we're clear, Rev.
Yeah.
The person who donated money to you was actually now kind of being disrespectful and nasty.
Right. Right. She started being she started being disrespectful to Andrea first, anti-Afro's Fingales. And she didn't become mean and nasty to me until after I told her, you know what, I'm not going to be in the middle of this. So it's convoluted, but it all circles back to Kim. It all circles back.
But I just wanted to highlight that her only reason for her wanting you to not say anything was because you were being donated to.
Right.
Now, the reason why I want to make that a point of attraction is because I'm trying to illustrate that this is how we get to see who people gods are. These are their idols: clout, money, sensationalism, hypervisibility, fame. That these are their idols, and she wanted you to trade in the way you feel just to continue to collect a check. She wanted you to exchange a principle for materiality.
Yeah, no loyalty.
That's literally the psychology of hell.
Yeah.
Now, you're a reverend, so I know that you are very familiar with the story of Jesus in the garden when he was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. And what did the enemy tempt the Christ with? Materiality, clout, kingship, silver and gold, etc. So I just wanted to because see, this thing is spiritual too. It's psychological, and it's metaphysical, and it's archetypal, and it's all of those things culminating in this individual. But go ahead.
No, that's a good point. And so I don't want to say the other person's name, so that's why it sounds all. But so let's just I throw the initials out there. MPW. So we just do this. So MPW starts blowing up my phone. And I'm like, okay, so Kim must be gassing up MPW. And so I didn't, you know what, I was spending time with my daughter. I was like, I'm not going to get into the middle of this because I don't like all of this back and forth, all of this chaos. That's not my life. That's not how I roll. And so I finally got in touch with MPW. I said, what's happening? She said, well, Kim told me that you were talking bad about me in this video about anti-Afro. And I was like, no, wrong video, wrong time, and that's what you get for listening to that lady. And I'm like, wow, so this is what she does. This is what and that didn't stop. That didn't stop there. She started using her platforms, her show, to have people start attacking me
Mm.
and me and anti-Afro.
So
They
what did
were
that look
talking
like? She would bring people up and let them pretty much just trash y'all.
just trash the hell
Mm.
out of us. They were
Mm-hmm.
she had this her new friend, her friends, you know, these other people in our so-called Umar sector. Uh, they were saying all type of stuff like he's a pedophile and he's this and he's that, and she would just laugh. And I'm like, how in the hell you were once a so-called friend, and now you're allowing people to attack two people that you said you were friends with and you cared about. So when I hear what she's did over in y'all neck of the woods,
Mm-hmm.
it all makes sense.
That mirror effect. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it all makes
And I want
sense.
people to really, I want this to really be emphasized, because a part of having this conversation was about really allowing people to understand that these are patterns of behavior. The pedophile, the molestation allegations, this
Mhm.
is their form of detriment and social injury to other people. That this is a consistent vehicle that they utilize to injure people's reputation. So this is not just exclusive to Larry or to Bishop Bernard Jordan, who they also try to allude to being
Mhm.
um a, a predator or a abuser.
Right.
And now define, and so now to know that you also were slandered in that way, and that this is the type of labels that they sling upon people, that
Mhm.
they pretty much find the most grotesque language, the most grotesque uh titles and behaviors to attach to people's names in hopes of destroying them, hurting them, ending them, obliterating them. And that's a pattern behavior.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing too that I'm kind of missing out is that she used that to make money off of us.
Mm-hmm.
She used that to make and she started calling herself the new president of the AFW. She,
Mm-hmm.
and she was doing these mock videos saying that she voted out myself and anti-Afro, but she got a surprise because AFW is now an LLC.
Mm.
But all throughout this, yeah, she was still claiming that we were harassing her and stalking her, but she was the one that kept putting us in hashtags, kept putting our names in hashtags. And the worst part about this is that she was trying to get the entire sector and all the men to side with her to go after anti-Afro Spengalis, to do copyright strikes.
And all
To
because she had heard that anti-Afro has spoken negatively of her.
no, all because she wanted to make money. She wanted to, she saw a kink. See, the one thing I learned is that, people, a lot of these folks are content creators and they're about the money. Once we start getting hit and people, wanted to not be down or whatever, she saw that, okay, then I'll make more money if I start being against these people than I would
So she
if I'm
started
with them.
pretending like she found flaws in the way
Yes,
anti-Afro was
yes,
doing things, and then
yes.
off pretending to find an issue, then started trying to pretty much scoop anti-Afro out of the picture.
Right, right. Yeah,
Jesus
yeah. The
Christ.
flaw was, oh, she doesn't listen, and now she's coming after everybody instead of Umar Johnson. But the truth
Mm,
is, I was fighting for one. I'm trying to,
mhm.
fighting for my career, and fighting for, I mean, I've lost a lot of money based on these attacks. So of course, I'm not going to be sitting around trying to make Umar Johnson videos when we're trying to just clean our names up and just shut these people down. And she took that as an opportunity to try to make money out. I mean, in fact, the video she made about me, where she allowed people to attack me, I know she made about $500-600 in that video. So, you know, super chats and all of that. Yeah, and so
Well,
she
don't worry about
used,
it.
yeah.
It went to 600 Happy Meals.
She what'd you say? I'm sorry.
So don't feel bad about it. It went to 600 Happy Meals.
Oh gosh, cheese poppers.
That was a single meal.
Yeah, and I just, you know what, I started to feel sorry, but then when I saw how she was literally doing this on purpose, allowing people to attack us, calling me a flying monkey, I'm like, you know what?
Which they also got from me. I started using the type of language that floats around in narcissistic spaces because I study narcissism and personality B types. And I started calling them flying monkeys, and they adopted the language. Just started calling other people. They adopt everything from me. All of my reads, all of my draggings, my lingo, how I roast. They extrapolate that, and then they do that to others.
Yeah, and I noticed that, and I mean the biggest thing is now she's siding with people, and that's where the "Let Me See Your Handcuffs" name comes in, because she she is supporting people who are actually doing criminal behavior, who are criminally harassing us. You know, that's the issue. And she's, like one person, anti-Afro, had to call the police on him because she made a threat, and she also made a threat against me. And so Kim made a video talking about, I stand with this person. I'm like, you support people who are criminally harassing others, who had the police called upon them, who I just was able, with the help of YouTube, help shut down this person's channel, which she was using my own videos and using them, splicing them up to make it,
Are you kidding me, Rev?
Yeah, she spliced up this other lady spliced up my videos to make me seem to make it to call me a pedophile. And so I was able to get that channel shut down, and here it is. Kim is standing and supporting that person. And this is the kind of crap that we've had to deal with. I mean, and to a point, I'm considering myself a retired content creator.
You shouldn't be, Rev. You really shouldn't be.
I
know that it's vicious out here, and these streets are absolutely nasty, and they've turned into a gauntlet at this point. But that's also a tactic of the enemy. This is how the enemy has always tried to intimidate the righteous and empaths and light workers out of the earth by cranking up the violence and the discomfort. And I do want you to be emotionally safe, but if there's a way for you to push them hoes out of the way and stay steadfast and on the straight and narrow and just let God persevere against your open enemies, I would definitely love that, because I think that the enemy wins when we sit down.
You know what? I appreciate that. I really do. Because I was, up until like last month, I was, still making live videos. And I made a video with my daughter. I used to make videos with her, letting her talk, and we would like listen to classical music. And I mistakenly said her name. And I got frightened, and she got frightened, because we know how they went after her mom. And, and my wife doesn't have a channel or anything like that, but just because she's affiliated with me, and because I was speaking out against Umar, they attacked her. So if I get to a point where I'm frightened to even mention my kids' names, then that tells you what kind of environment that we in. And then it tells you again what type of people that Kim associates with. And when I heard and read the stuff that Larry Reid went through, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so similar. And I know there's other people who went through this. And it's just, I couldn't, I'm telling you, Consciouztv, I did not see this coming with Let Me See Your Transcripts. I did not I did not see that as the
Nobody ever
second
does. You
person.
think that this is just a big bitch who loves biscuits and pop soda. You know, you just think, you know, this is the old jolly good fellow here. You know, you don't
Wow.
expect no sinister, no kind of what's the dog baby name? What's the I got it right here. The Annabelle. You don't expect the Annabelle effect.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think that, because I would, you know, as we have discussed, she played really, really, really nice with another content creator by the name of King Jives for years. She moderated on this channel. She was very openly supportive. And then as soon as she felt that Daryl could provide a hard dick for her, she jumped off the ship of the gay man and jumped onto the ship of a man who she thought she could get dick from. And they probably have had nasty, sweaty, big booty hole sex. I'm not gonna put that past them folk, okay? Because see, Miss Fupa Moore was trying to get into the draws of another woman by the name of Denise Williams, who was an 80-year-old woman whose teeth sat in cups in her kitchen table.
Oh
Who
my
was
God.
living off of a fixed income, and Miss Fupa Moore was allegedly sending all type of penis pictures and soft dick pictures and things to Miss Denise Williams, and she had to put that ass on blast when he thought that, you know, he was going to come for her neck and things. And so, you know, I know what type Miss Fupa, you know, is. I don't know if you saw his ex-wife, Melody from Heaven. Okay, well, Miss Melody looked like a wide back ass Eddie Murphy. Okay, and her fade was sharper than Fupa's. Okay, so he like real masculine, awkward looking, botched individuals. Okay, that's his type. Well, you know, he likes what he looks like, botched. Okay, so it's a botched on botched type of crime up in this thing. So, you know, it'd be a lot going on, but nonetheless, she supported King Jives for a long time. And so when she switched up on him, he was equally shocked. He was heartbroken. He just, you know, could not understand. And it was because we're talking about a narcissist. Miss Shitterling Chandler is what takes up her priority is what's in the best interest of her.
Right.
So it was so easy for her to throw away a relationship that she had nurtured and invested in for years with another content creator, all for this insignificant YouTuber, you know, more. And it was only because of attraction. Only because of attraction. And when Moore got disgruntled with King Jives, Miss Shitterling Chandler got disgruntled with King Jives. And so I've noticed not only is there a narcissism, but because Miss Shitterling Chandler has trauma around rejection, and because she has abandonment issues, what attracts her is particularly men, because that's been the area of profound rejection in her life, is men. I don't know if you have followed her at all, but I remember one time someone sent me a video of her talking about her if you want to call it a sex life, you know. And she was talking about how, you know, she would be bobbing and sucking and deep throating the dicks of these men, and how they would not return the favor. You know, and how they didn't wanna, you know, they didn't want to deep dive into her female parts and things, and that this was a point of contention in her sex life and stuff. Now, I don't know how she didn't think that a man going down to her would not have equated to a small misdemeanor. That would have been a criminal offense. I don't know how she I don't know how she thought that was not going to be a criminal charge. But, you know, I'm going to let her deal with that.
Oh, God, no.
You know, so I know that she has been very,
Oh,
very rejected in her life by men. Okay, and when she feels she has an opportunity, if she feels there is a potential
oh,
for romantic or sexual development and reciprocity, oh yes, she would jump ship. But see, also because her wound is with men, this is why it's very easy for her to also come up against men, because she
oh,
also blames them for the void and for the inner frustration and for the abandonment and abuse and the rejection that she has endured. So there's kind of a sweet and
right.
sour kid patch dynamic that she has with men. So she's able to be deeply submissive and controllable
Mm,
on one end and weaponized, which is what Fupa and them do with her. And then on
oh,
the other end, you know, she also has a inferiority complex when it comes to men. So there's
mm,
this devouring Jezebel need to destroy masculinity, need to destroy and disseminate
wow.
men to down to a molecular level. This what makes her a dangerous female, predatory, obese bitch.
Jeez Louise. So feel like I'm on Reading Rainbow because you read you
Oh,
oh
don't
my
mind me,
gosh.
Rev. Just you go ahead and
Oh
tell
my
us the story.
gosh, man.
Don't mind
No,
me.
I can't. You said misdemeanor, and then anti-afro said if somebody does that, they need the jaws of life to get back out. Gosh. Oh man.
Now I know that. So you've been
Ooh.
called everything from a pedo, which
Yeah.
you have had videos sliced up attempting to and presented as confessions, etc.
Uh-huh.
And I know also with anti-Afro Sengali, there was a
Hmm.
attempt for let me see your menu to steal
Yes.
the LLC. Can you
Yeah,
tell us all about that?
yeah. So I mean, it again, it was all during the summer when she had an out with anti-afro. She would make videos about and anti. Really didn't say a whole lot about what Kim was doing. She just kept quiet. And at the same time, Kim started making these. She called them uh, like comedy videos, where she would hold like fake AFW
Mm.
uh, leader meetings, and so she would have like our pictures, and then she would go around the room and do like she was acting, and like leadership meetings or whatnot. And the more I look at it, I was like, well, this was not comedy. She was really saying negative stuff about us. So she would what she had been doing was going behind the scenes and trying to get other people to turn against Andrea, what anti-Afro's Fingalis, which is again when she tried to get me to turn as well. And so she just started calling herself, president of AFW. And so I made a funny video saying that she would no longer be, she's no longer a member of AFW. And in my video, I had her like pausing for a minute and then singing that I am telling you, I'm not going. And so, of course, she didn't like that video, and so then she started calling herself President AFW, and she even had a whole new channel called New President of AFW.
Are
Yeah,
you kidding me, Reverend?
no,
Are you serious?
yeah, she probably still has it up.
Kimberly Chandler, let me see your menu. The
Yeah,
president.
yeah. She said that she was the new president of the AFW, and I went on or somebody else was doing a live stream, and this guy asked me, he was like, so how do you feel that you are no longer in AFW, that Kim is the new president? And I'm like, well, I don't know how she can do that if it's an LLC. And she didn't even know it was an LLC. I mean, she didn't know anything that was happening behind the scenes. but she kept calling herself AFW. But there was a reason why she was not into the loop, because we started to see her true colors.
So you know what? I'm not surprised that this female came in and just thought she could take over, because I think what gave her the confidence to believe she's capable of just dominating is the fact that food has never won a battle with her. And she somehow believes that because she's always victorious when it comes to the little Debbie, she's always victorious when it comes to Sarah Lee, she's always victorious when it comes to Stouffer's macaroni family size. She think because she has had this consistently dominating relationship to the dairy aisle of Walmart, that somehow every space she has power and authority in.
Wow. See, I think she was only doing that because she wanted the clout, and she also wanted to use it to, to get a little money. I mean, that's the only reason why, especially in that space. I mean, in that space, if people are making videos over in that so-called sector, is normally about AFW or anti-Afro. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I mean, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What have been, from your observations, because you know more about your sector than I do, what have been some of the corrective measures that others have taken against Kimberly Chandler?
Well, in the beginning, I mean, they used to ridicule her, used to call her, because when she was so-called being a part of AFW, a lot of people would attack us, and then they would attack her. And the thing is, she couldn't take it. So that's probably another reason why she flipped. Because some of the same people that they used to call her, let me see your fat back, let me see your ham hocks, all kind of stuff, let me see your neck. She's now cool with them. And I think what's happening is that people really are not really trusting her. But I don't know. I don't know, because after this summer, I really cut off any kind of engagement with her.
And after you cut off engagement, was she still coming for you?
Yeah, and she would do it. She used to just do it underhandedly, but like letting other people do it for her. Like letting other people attack me without saying, hey, let's not go there. Let's not talk about his wife. They would talk about my wife, my marital situation, what they thought they know about my sexual orientation. I mean, just everything. And she allowed that to happen on her platform. So, that's how she plays. I mean, she won't. I mean, she's a coward. I mean, she won't do. I mean, she won't. Yeah, she's a coward. She won't, say what she wants to say. She'll allow other people. And then she made a video where she was like crying and yelling and telling people, we need your help. And, everybody's telling me to calm down, but you don't have your picture on the YouTube, and she's harassing us, and she's doing this, and she's stalking
she loves
us.
to give y'all a fat ass cry. She loved to do that.
Oh, okay.
She's given us a few solid, epic, legendary fat ass cries. Like when another woman she was harassing and stalking decided to inform her part-time job about her online doxing and CPS calling and harassing, and that little white woman was so shook. And then it resulted in that little white woman firing this big beluga whale within the same week of this individual reporting her. And she came online then. Well, actually, Fupa Moore came online Shitterling Chandler was on the phone, wailing, "Woo! They're fucking with me! Oh! They're bothering me!" Because she loves to throw a rock and withdraw her hand. And they literally believe they're the victims when they wake up a sleeping serpent and that serpent strikes back. They're shook when there's a strike back. They are shook when the universe provides the reverse Uno card. They're shook at the boomerang effect.
Right, and the same thing is happening now with Anti-Afro. I mean, she tried to send 10 people after her, and now the Anti-Afro is walking around with their wearing them like parkas, yeah, because you can't come for the righteous when you when you are all type of wrongs. And that's what I'm seeing around here. But I mean the thing is, man, it's tiring. People, I mean, they're actually trying to destroy your life. That's the crazy part about it. And she sides with people who are actually trying to destroy your lives. Yeah. And as someone who, me personally, again, I have a clean, I have a clean background, clean record. I work in social services, amongst other things.
Oh, not if you let them tell it. Not if
No,
you let them tell
yeah,
it. If you let them tell it, you're a criminal, you're this, you're that. They will misidentify information. They don't give a damn. They will never allow anybody. That's why I encourage people to speak out and to speak up for yourself and set the motherfucking record straight. Because if you don't, these people are going to attempt to completely capitalize off your silence.
Yeah, and capitalize is right, that they make money off of doing this. And I'm so I'm so sorry for all those who've had the authorities called on you for no reason, who had CPS called on you for no reason. That's just so damn low to attack Black families who are already under fire, and catching hell. And I mean, it's embarrassing.
And then over stuff they start.
Over stuff they start. And let me tell you, it was, and Kim actually didn't have anything to do with this, but she's now siding with the person. But you have to go. I had to go through this investigation. I had to show them all, my emails and my online activity, and they had to interview former students and current students, and you have people asking you, okay, do you sleep around on your wife? No. Because have you slept? Do you sleep with other men? No. Do you sleep with women? Like, just asking you all this stuff, because they have to take all of that out the equation based on what people are doing online, because they want to be messy, and they want to, they want the clout. And these are the people that Kimberly, puts herself involved with, and man, I'm watching this Larry Reid case. I'm watching it because I'm just like, man, God, I just wish I had those resources, because there'd be a whole lot of people who also be, will be going through the same thing of going to court.
I don't want to give too much away, but we can speak behind quarters.
Okay.
But,
okay, let's do that.
There's something called class action lawsuits, which there's been enough people at this point that have been violated, that have been doxxed. There is a trans man by Big Rainy who has been doxxed, who's been harassed, who's been stalked, who's been slandered. There is another woman, you might have seen her up and through the stream, by the name of Prissy Poodle. She was also doxxed. She was also stalked and harassed and slandered openly. There is literally, now we're at countless numbers of people. And I'm thankful, because see, that's how a fool falls on their own sword. Sometimes you gotta be discerning enough to let the Lord work. And you think your enemy is really getting ahead, but it's really God putting you ahead of your enemies. God letting the cup of transgression overflow, so that when it's time to capitalize, when it's time for the righteous to reclaim their time and their algorithm and they good God-given names, that there's such an overwhelming mounting of evidence and wrong and criminality. We literally have her on audio saying that basically, and I quote her, it was something, it had me screaming. It was something on the lines of, we don't do that much criminal stuff.
Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
I died, Reverend. I died and screaming and hollering, because the truth always in you. The Lord designed that the truth is always brought to the light. So even when we don't mean to confess, even when we don't mean to tell on ourselves, God, the Lord built truth to persevere, even against our own egos. So those slip-ups are really epic and amazing. And shout out to Larry D. Reid, our secular man, our bald-headed secular man of God.
I just saw that. Yeah.
The audience. Let me read Larry's comments. Don't worry, I'm going through each of them in their state. Just sit patient. I've been telling these folk for months. Now, see, Larry, let me correct this now. Now, just because Dr. Larry D. Reid is going to come for these folk, and just because, like a good archangel, CTV is going to make sure that the will is reinforced in the earth. That don't mean all of y'all who need to be putting y'all foot on their necks. Don't back off. Apply every bit of the pressure.
Wow.
Apply every bit of it. Don't just live vicariously through what Larry D. Reid is doing. Apply the pressure for what has been done to you specifically. This is your vengeance. Okay? Due to the God in you. So I want everybody to be encouraged and to be informed. But there are some things going on behind the scenes that I'm gonna talk to you about as it relates to more appropriate forms of accountability.
I do appreciate that. And let me say this too, that another thing too that we can use YouTube guidelines, because I've got at least a couple of videos that she done on me removed on YouTube for privacy violations. Because you just have to do it. You just have to protect yourself. And I mean, and then if, like, when it comes to being threatened online, I don't take any threat lightly.
And you shouldn't.
Nope. It's up to authorities to see if it's credible. That's not my job. It's up to them to make sure that it is credible. But I'm not taking anything lightly anymore.
And you shouldn't. And this is the same thing that I have echoed to Larry throughout the years, that we don't know these motherfuckers. We don't know them. And the fact that the head narcissist in charge used to be good friends and fishing buddies and also fraternity brothers with the infamous Facebook serial killer that was gunned down in broad daylight 2 years ago. You remember the man who was going around Philadelphia shooting and killing up folk on live,
right?
And then he ended his own life and stuff by taking the police on a high-speed chase. Well, Miss Fupa Moore, the who is Shirley Chandler's handler, okay, he decided that his serial killer's friend's death was an opportunity for more clout, so he went around to Ohio news stations.
Oh, I saw that.
Trying to bear witness and just capitalize off of the sensationalism of this grotesque a sequence of events, which to any other decent, healthy-minded person would have ran to the hills. They would have wanted no association with such a situation and with such a person, but not a supernatural clout chaser. Not a supernatural heathen. Oh no, to a supernatural clout chaser, every opportunity for publicity is an opportunity. Even if it's under the worst, most nefarious and sinister and inhumane of circumstances. That's why I be telling people, pay attention to these people. These people are sicker than
Right.
what you could ever imagine. And this is only the part of them we see on, this is only what we see on the screen, baby.
Right.
We don't know just how sicker it get. We don't know just how dingy let me see your menu toilet stool is when she get up off of it. We don't know just how musky the cushions and the couches are after she stands up in them. This is only the sickness we see.
Oh gosh.
From the front end, baby.
Sorry. Man,
I'm sorry, bruh. Now
that's me. Sorry.
I do. Oh, you got me playing in the background. That's what I hear.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. I was, I'm watching it on thing, and I'm just laughing, man. God,
don't watch it. Return it.
I mean the imagery. I mean the imagery. The
I'm
imagery
too
that
illustrative
you.
for my own good. I know.
Yeah, you are, and I'm like, man, I don't want to see or hear that. But it's just the thing I realize is when you do so much dirt to people, you know what? When you do so much dirt to people, you can't control how they feel about you and how they see you. And so, Kim, we see you. We see you. I mean, and again, when the thing about me is when I allow people to enter, my what I call friend zone, I put a lot of trust in people. And to have someone do you like that, do you dirty, and to side with people who are trying to harm you and destroy you, to me, that's one of the worst violations that you can do to people. And bringing their family and involving their family too. But yeah, one of the things that we're doing to guard against that now is to make sure that we speak and we speak out. And even though I'm like retired, I still make videos. And then my friend Andrea, AAS,
who is anti-Afro, right?
Anti-Afro, yeah, she'll post a video for me or something like that. But it's why do we do, and I use we loosely, why do they do other Black folks like that? Why are they trying to destroy people's lives? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes, well, before I speak to what you just said, anti-Afro Sengali, please, if you could, and you too, Rev, I would love a collaboration video between you two where you guys go through a play-by-play of how to successfully report content that violates privacy as it relates to doxing, because a lot of people don't know actually how to do that and don't know how to effectively do that. So since Afro Sengali, you have effectively been able to get videos removed as it relates to doxing, could you please do a video? And even if you don't want to do it publicly, do one unlisted, like you know how to do it, and send it to me, and I will keep it in the underground accordingly, because a lot of people have been doxed out here and are reporting videos, but there is a science to reporting harassment.
Oh yeah,
there is a science to reporting privacy violations, etc. All of that good jazz. So just as a FYI, but to your point, Reverend, I do understand why people do this, because we're talking about unhealthy people with a pain body. We're talking about people who have real deep generational childhood issues that have gone unchecked, that have gone unacknowledged, and these people have grown into sick adults. They have arrested development, and what you don't heal or what you don't deal with will deal with you. It'll deal with you. And so we are watching these people have their mental illnesses, their emotional disturbances, their traumas and issues almost demon possess them, drive the will of their lives. And because they're also convoluting that, and that's happening alongside social media platforms that can be monetized, there is a reward-based factor involved in bad behavior.
Right.
So the unconsciousness is even deepened by the fact that I receive a Google AdSense check or a Cash App or a super chat for terrible, ratchet, demonic behavior. So now my moral compass becomes even more diluted. My moral compass becomes even more vague and muddied because of the reward factor. And then all of the twisted support from other broken people, rooting your brokenness on, rooting your harassment on, rooting your criminality on. And so it just replicates the shenanigans. It just keeps the vibration active and active. It keeps it active and alive because it's constantly being stimulated and it's constantly being gassed up. And so I know a lot of people throw you know, and once again, there's nothing wrong with having issues around mental health or having things go on with your mental health. These are people who refuse to take accountability for the health of their mentality, for the health of their brains, for the health of their bodies. And this is the unfortunate experience of people not getting the help that they need. And my whole attitude always is everybody has a reason for being a fucked up person. Everybody has a reason for having defense mechanisms. Everybody has a reason and a story for having trust issues. But I want to make this clear to every broken motherfucking bitch listening to me that your story is valid. But you got a bitch like me fucked up if you think I will excuse and allow you to abuse me because you got it fucked up. There will be accountability for every man, woman, and goddamn child who crossed my path. And I will assist a person in lucidity and waking up to the fact that you need goddamn help. But you will get your ass kicked fucking with me, regardless of where you is on the spectrum. So you better be aware of the no trespassing sign out front, metaphorically speaking. But, you know, I want people to understand that their story does not give them an excuse or a pass. To be abusers themselves. And that's what we're seeing here.
And as a survivor myself, one of the things I made sure was like I would not give anybody the opportunity to harm me. It won't go unchallenged. And so that's the thing is, you know, the accountability, I mean, we all go through things, but we don't use that as an excuse. But with her, she tries to use that as an excuse, you know, and have people to feel sorry for her. But, you know, you just can't continue to do people like that because eventually it's going to catch up with you. And I think now it's catching up. I think it's catching up. And, you know, I was once feeling sorry, but I just can't, you know what, I'm sorry. I can't feel sorry for people who do others so wrong.
Yeah. And that's very important too, because I think even me and Dr. Larry Reid did a show a while ago, and we were talking about empathy as it relates to this type of buffoonery. And I was saying how, you know, for me, it's easy for my heart to let go when people have been given more than enough opportunities to transcend their emotional and mental and physical circumstances. And if you refuse those opportunities, what that communicates to me is that you are insisting upon your current condition. And if you are going to insist upon your current condition, I'm going to assist your neck with my foot on it as a resolve to that condition. And I will handle you accordingly to what you insist upon. What you insist upon. You know? So I want to get a little bit as well, because I do have some special words for let me see your menu. But I want to get into a little bit more of, well, first of all, I want to say that I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you've had to deal with this. And I can see from the chat that there are people here who don't like you.
Oh yeah.
Tell them to get in line. You know, they won't be the
Mhm.
first and they won't be the last. But I also want to say this to people who don't like Rev, that you cannot like someone and still call a thing a thing. And just because you don't like somebody for the reasons, for whatever reason you may not like somebody, does not make Kimberly Chandler's behavior appropriate. It doesn't make it any less abusive just because she's abusing, menacing, and terrorizing people that you don't like. And I don't like that half mentality sometimes, that how we are selective in our outrage, that it's okay to violate and abuse someone if they're abusing someone that you personally don't like for whatever reason.
Right.
For whatever reason. You know, that doesn't take anything away from Kimberly Chandler being inappropriate in the way she has been, being wrong and doxy and stalkerish and slanderous in all the ways that she has been. It does not, irregardless of what you think of Rev, does not excuse or take anything away from the accountability that Kimberly Chandler has to be held to.
Yeah, and all of those who are in here who are saying all this stuff about me and whatnot, I had them blocked anyway. And I can't see anything they said because a lot of them are trolls, or those who take pleasure in watching people's lives destroyed, and they have nothing. I've done nothing personally to them. I mean, I'm fantastic. I'm a fantastic person, so I don't know what they have anything. I don't know why they won't, like me. I don't care if they like me or not. You just are not going to continue to abuse me and abuse my name and to slander me and all of that. I'm not gonna tolerate that. So, and they follow me everywhere I go. They follow me everywhere I go, and I'm like, okay, I mean, you're a fan. But God has my back, so I'm protected anyway.
Amen. Now I wanted to get a little bit into anti-Afro, because she's been through quite a bit with this team, as much as you have. And she also has been through a lot of the lynching and witch hunting, as you were alluding to earlier. Her allowing, having people to mob attack her, group attack her, etc. She also put a hit out on anti-Afro Singali.
Yeah.
And as Afro Singali was also stated in the chat, Kimberly Chandler also even tried to recruit you and anti-Afro Singali against Larry Reid, and wanted y'all to participate in getting sued as well, which I'm so glad. I know that y'all are anointed. Okay.
Man, no way.
Y'all heard heaven echo, baby.
Nah, I'm not getting into that.
That's a shout out to y'all, Holy Ghost.
Thank you. No,
Yeah.
and I would say Andrea has probably taken the most of it than anybody, because she's actually had people threatening to sexually assault her and to beat her and all that, and she's had to get the FBI. The FBI had to actually come see people, in regards to threats against her. And it's amazing. But yeah, she did put a hit. She put a hit on her. She let me see your transcripts. Been asking people to to attack anti-Afro. She made a passionate plea to all the men in the sector to help her and other women, and was crying and begging for help, and then she did a whole series. This is the crazy part. She did a 3 to 4 part series called Surviving AAS.
Wow.
Where she would have people who used to be,
can we do a video titled "The Big Mac Surviving"? Let me see your menu's intestinal tract.
Oh no.
Can we talk about that journey through Dante's Inferno? Can we get that survivor's testimony? Go ahead, Ray.
Oh no, man. Yeah, so she did a 3 to 4 part series on surviving AAS. And then she starts selling emails that she received from AAS. And how she was selling them was, if you want to see the emails, you have to go subscribe to her over at uh, uh, buy me a cup of coffee. So
Mhm.
she was selling emails.
She was selling the email correspondences between
Yes,
her
her
and
and
anti-Afro Singali, which didn't even have shit in them, might I add, which
right.
wasn't even incriminating in any kind of way. This a piss poor attempt at a cash cow circumstance.
Right.
Just anything for coin.
Anything for money. And you screaming about, you people harassing you, and she's cyber stalking you, but then you make this 3 part series, and then you're selling her emails. And then she made a video talking about she's going to she's going to see anti-Afro in court.
She's going to see anti-Afro.
Yeah. So
Comedy, pure
this,
comedy.
yeah, and again, the worst part was there was this guy who made a video, and in the video he was saying what he would do sexually to anti-Afro, and it was pretty much threats of sexual assault. And
Mm.
guess and guess who was in that chat with a laughing emoji?
Who?
Kimberly.
The big one.
Yes.
Eclipsing the goddamn sun.
And then she invites him to do a surviving AAS video. So, I mean, it's
This was
just
how far she was going to literally get this woman out of the way and to hijack her LLC and her organization and her brand. Literally
right.
wanted to literally steal and take this
Yes.
woman's. I mean, this is. Do you? I mean, I know you know, but
Hmm.
the psychoticness, the sociopathicness of it all. Of it all.
Yeah.
Let me just go in a little bit further, because when she tried to recruit anti-Afro to come into this mess with Fupa and them about this lawsuit, okay, she also, anti-Afro had asked, let me see your menu for the police reports and stuff, things that let me see your menu said she had, but anti-Afro never received those things.
Oh.
And the reason why anti-Afro never received those things is because those things were not valid, and there's nothing on the police report. It's all fluff. They're selling hype with no actual substance behind it. That's why they rely upon slander. They never have any actual substance. So they make up for it with the slander and clouding things up with no real receipts for any one thing. Now, I also know that Let Me See Your Menu had, or her handler, Fupa Moore, had accused anti-Afro Singali of getting Kimberly fired.
Right.
From one of her Uber driving jobs. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, he was saying that she had involvement in getting Kimberly fired, but she had nothing to do with that. And then he made threats about reporting her to her board, because she's a therapist, and she talked about being a therapist. And I'm like, if you don't have any problem with somebody, how are you going to threaten? How are you going to come out the box threatening her? So yeah, that was problematic. He also mentioned my name too, and all I did was talked about how I'm watching the Larry Reid, a Larry Reid case, and I was just stating the fact. But Yeah, I mean, I don't need any more. Like I said earlier, not early, but I said in one of my videos, I don't want any smoke from her A team, and I say that because I've had enough people trying to disrupt my life. I've had people contacting my employers and all of that, and I, the stuff that y'all went through, I went through it as well, my family and I. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I don't have time for
Yeah.
that.
See, for me personally, I'm built for this.
Yeah.
I've been in media for 10 years. I've had a platform for about 10 years. And I understand that, you know, this is what you inherit when you step into a public space. You know, and every person in a public space of any kind on any level gets to decide for themselves what battles they choose to fight and not choose to fight.
Right.
There are things that some people are going to let go, that other people are not going to let go of. There are certain things that some people going to handle legally and professionally that other people going to charge to the game. You know, every person in the public space has their right to pick and choose what they are going to deal with and what they are not going to deal with. But for me, you know, I'm a metaphysician, so I turned and transmuted and transformed a lot of this smearing and all of this bullshit that they do into a training ground for myself. Because I know the mandate that God has on my life,
Right.
which is to be a very well-known bad bitch. And so there's going to be a lot of eyes and stuff gazing upon me. And this gets worse as you ascend higher and higher and higher in visibility. And so I kept hearing the Holy Spirit talk to me over the past few years and just say, you know, look, you at the ground level. And if this is causing you to sweat, brother man, you're going to be dead by the time we get midway through the journey. Because this is the easier part of the evil. This is the easier part of the wickedness. This ain't even as harsh as it gets. And this ain't even at the volume that it's going to get when I ascend you to the tippity top of the mountain. So for me, this has been very easy. This is why it was very easy for me to practically ignore them hoes for a year and a half. Because first of all, God built me to not give a fuck. Do anybody think that I have come this far to give a fuck about people who refuse to acknowledge what they look like in the mirror? No, I do not. My whole life has prepped me to be crucified, judged, misunderstood, and still yet I commit to carrying my cross. And I refuse to complain about it because I'm going to live and see this thing through till the end. I'm going to endure my purpose and my craft and my happiness and my joy to the motherfucking end. And I'm gonna let a bitch die of misery watching me live out my life purpose out loud. So a fat, greedy, gap-toothed mouth bitch can say what she need to say. But that bitch will always be a fan of the Most High. And I enjoy this shit. I'm a Scorpio, Rev. So maybe I'm a little sadistic too. Okay, you know, we transmute pain and abuse and stuff. We into bondage and stuff, and like to be tied up and strangled and things. So you know, we like it a little rough and stuff. So you know, this my role right here. This my hill to down and things. So I don't mind it. But
yeah, you built for it.
Yeah, so you know, I'm a different situation, but you know, this stuff, but it's outrageous. And once again, everybody gets to pick and choose their battles. I want to talk to you about, you know, you told us the things that have happened, the things that have been said, the way that this woman breached into your sector, pretending to be a friend and an ally to the movement and the purpose, only to cause division and hijack everything that you guys created from the ground up. And it led to very vitriolic slander and verbal abuse and attacking and weaponizing against you and anti-Afro Singali, and there was even attacks on your family and your wife, your sexuality. I mean, it all happened on what when you, because you also retired social media, what was happening? Like, what happened in your psychology? What did this feel like? Like when especially during like the worst of it, what were your conversations with God like? What was your conversations with self like at the time?
It was, you know what? It was a conversation of, God, what's my purpose? God, you had me to speak on these issues, and I know you have my back. What's happening here? And God told me to be patient. To be patient. I mean, it's nothing like going to your family and talking to them and say, hey, this person is attacking your mom's business. And they're like, why? I'm like, I have no idea, because that they said I made videos against Umar Johnson. Then
Mm,
you have to come back to them a couple months later. It's like, yeah, dad's is out of work. Well, why did dad lose his full-time job? Well, they said I didn't report the threats that Umar Johnson made. It's like, who is this Umar Johnson?
mhm,
And it was one of those things where I, I think the worst part was when you had all these people who said that they support you and they with you and they got your back, and
mhm,
then you find out when you need people, we need certain people the most, they cut out. You know, they cut out on you. But one of the things that helped me the most was the people that needed to be in my life were there from the start. People that needed to be there, that needed to, and and it was one of those things where God said, trust your resource, trust who you have with
mm,
you, trust,
mhm,
just trust. And so that's what I began to do. I began to trust. I began to be comfortable
mhm.
more with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And again, we lost a lot, but we also gained a lot.
Mm,
And I mean, I still, that one person tried to take my passion for teaching.
yeah.
He tried to ruin my teaching career, and that just blew up. And I'm still teaching. And then I got a better full time, position in social work,
Mm,
and my wife's business is doing fantastic. But one of my friends asked me, was it worth it? He
mm,
asked me, he was like, would you speak out against Umar Johnson again?
yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if I would do it. I would do it behind the scenes, and I would watch out
Mm,
more for clout chasers.
yeah. Mhm.
It's the issue with the
So
clout
you
chase.
would take a more director's role
Oh,
than front and center simply because you have other people to consider
and
in
that's
your
the thing. That's
mhm,
the thing. And I mean, because one of the cool things that happened was my oldest son. He's a tattoo artist, and with all the stuff that I've been in my life, I mean, for years he's been asking me to get a tattoo.
mhm,
And I finally, after all of this happened this summer, I finally got a tattoo. And the tattoo is across my arm and it says resilient. And so, you know, um, yeah, and that just sums it all up. Being
yeah,
resilient, and now as I see that message from, I saw a message from Andrea earlier
mhm.
about
Oh, this one,
reporting all threats. Yeah,
mhm,
because before I let stuff go. I let stuff
yeah.
go. I didn't report to YouTube. And now, I
You
mean,
a reverend. It's the Afro Holy Ghost in you.
yeah, yeah, and
Mhm,
and the name Rainbow Rev came to me because someone was mocking me for being being a supporter and ally and advocate
mhm,
for the LGBT community. And so they do things like, say, he's gay. And I mean, I don't care about people saying I'm gay. I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a blessing. Our sexual orientations,
mhm,
whatever they are a blessing from God. So I
yeah,
have no problem with that. But it's when they start putting in that pedophile stuff. So I think from all of that is I become a stronger person
mhm,
through all of that, and more guarded down as well.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's amazing to hear that God turned your shit into fertilizer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you spoke about how things got better. You got new positions, better position, etc. That's how
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes the attacks of the enemy are unto the righteous. This is why the scriptures say that all things work for the well of the righteous. All
Mm-hmm.
things, all things do.
And God showed me the snakes like Kimberly.
Yeah,
That was the
mhm,
best thing out of it. God showed me
absolutely.
who the fakers were, who
Yeah,
were, and I'm just blessed.
he
I'm
cuts
blessed
your
that I
grass so that
saw
you can
that.
see the grasshoppers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah. So what happens now? And what was your intention for coming forth? What is it that you want people to take away from your experience, from anti-Afro Singali's experience as it relates to said person?
I would say one of the first things is to watch who you bring into your inner circle,
Be protective
and
and selective.
yeah, be protective and see what their
Mm,
intentions are. That's one of the most important things. And then another important thing, guard all your private information. Like after what I went through, I put my Facebook's on private, my
mm,
my LinkedIn, because that's how they get you too. Eh,
mm,
they go to your
mm.
LinkedIn
I don't
and
even have a LinkedIn,
get your,
so thank
yeah.
God.
So I put all of that on
Mm,
private. I mean, again, with the way online stuff is, folks can find your address
mm,
and all of that. But one of the things that we have to do is report everything,
mm,
and then use the YouTube guidelines.
yeah.
And I am willing to help people, to walk you through. That's one thing we do with the AFW is we help people
Yes.
walk through and protect yourself.
Okay.
And because I've this last month,
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten at least probably 10 videos removed, uh,
Mm.
that was
Amen.
using my
Mm,
image,
mm,
using my image, using my content.
mm.
You're not gonna make money off of me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna continue to make money off of me, and to make you know
Mm-hmm.
your yeah, you're not gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. If I ain't making money off of me, you ain't gonna make money off of me.
Amen. Period. Now, I'm generous, I let them folk, do their thing over there. They done play Larry's clips, they done use my clips, but I know that we are people who have abundance. So, even a dog eats from its master's table. So we let them have the crumbs, like,
Hmm.
it's just it's gas money because they ain't even making no money that's worth it. They out
No.
here doing the most for pennies on the dollar, for brown
Hmm.
pennies on the silver dollar.
Mm-mm.
That's how I know that this is also not so much about money. It's really so much about an emotional need to be validated, to
Mm,
fit in, and to have their egos um, validated in place of genuine liberation and healing. Because
mm,
they ain't even making no amount of money. That makes this work. I know what YouTubers make. And I know what YouTubers who got privated subscriber counts and who only get itty bitty views on their channel make.
mm,
I was a rather itty bitty YouTuber myself, and I'm still within a smaller YouTube sector, really. So I know what
mhm.
everybody makes on the scale, and they ain't even making no damn money. And I think that's what's so tragic and sad about this is that
Right.
this is all this is they're using social media and this guise of taking down the corrupted and taking down evil as a substitute for resolving their own mental health issues and
Mm,
their
mm,
own
mm.
traumas.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
these people can't
mm.
stop themselves. So we're going to have to help them to come to an end.
That's I love that idea. Going to have to help them because no,
Hmm.
working within the mental health industry and all of that, man. I see it. I see it. But yeah, for some people, it's beyond the money. It's also beyond the way to connect with others and to gain what they didn't get growing up, and and clout. I mean, personally, I mean, I've done interviews with with syndicated and talk shows and like radio shows and stuff like that, and whatever. So I don't need that. I don't need that to get who I am. I have people around me, who can tell me who I am and love on me. And so I mean, that's very dangerous when they have to try to ruin people's lives to get attention and love from other people.
And to Afro's anti-Afro Singali's point, this is why everything has to be reported, everything has to be documented, everything has to be turned into the authorities, because once again, we don't know these people, and we don't know the totality of how disturbed they are internally. We don't know if these people are going to let the crazy completely consume them and put someone else in a position to take their lives as a result of them thinking that they're going to come with the crazy.
Oh, wow.
And persevere. So putting things on books and paperwork is important, because if you have to pull the trigger, you need the paper trail to prove that you were under attack, that you were under harassment, that you were under unlawful surveillance. And so that if you ever have to defend an action that comes to a head because unhealed people are going untreated,
right,
and wanting to project onto you, this will help you to be within fine standing of the law. I also want to ask you this too before we wrap up. What do you also think about a lot of these social media platforms? What do you feel about YouTube? What do you think about Buy Me a Coffee? What do you have to say about these platforms not reinforcing their own community guidelines? Because had YouTube and so many of these platforms, Facebook and all, did their jobs, a lot of the stuff wouldn't even have gotten to the level it even reached if YouTube's community guidelines actually were reinforced consistently across the board.
Man, praise God for that question, because I've been thinking about that for a while. It's like the Wild Wild West. It's like the wild. I mean, especially in I don't know if it's just in the black sectors, but people can get up there and say all kind of stuff, try to destroy your life, and it takes you learning how to do that, for YouTube. I mean, for instance, with Google, we had all of these fake reviews on my wife's page, and Google just simply wouldn't remove it. We had to actually hire a lawyer or a firm to help us remove some of these fake reviews, and even that didn't work. So I think what is needed is that we need stronger federal cyber harassment laws. We need stronger federal laws, because each state is differently. And then we need to get a pot of money. And I'm not doing this because, when folks start saying a pot of money, that's when they, all the fakers. So you're like, I'm raising money. No. It needs to be like a nonprofit set up to help people, to fight against this slander, and also to get YouTube's attention. So I would say anybody who was doing this online stuff, make sure that your private stuff is protected. Leave your kids out of it. Don't show pictures of your family. Don't show pictures of your spouse, because people will take that and use that, and because not everybody's well. Like you were saying.
A lot of unwell folk.
Yeah, a lot of unwell folks. So it's at your own. It's really at your own. It could be a beautiful platform. That's why I'm here with you today. It could be a beautiful thing, but when you combine, a little bit of money with a lot of bit of crazy and trauma, it makes for a terrible mixture.
Yeah, for sure. It's horrendous. Do you guys have any questions for Rev Do you guys have any questions or comments for Rev? I will be glad to take them so that he can speak to anything that he's comfortable speaking.
Oh yeah, I'm
to.
open.
What do you think of me, Rev? Like, what is your?
Yeah, I've been following you. I started like just watching your videos a couple of years ago, and actually, you and I had you know, when I had my first channel, we had a conversation. It was a good conversation, and I forgot what it was about. I think it was about spirituality or something. And I start following you because I love your affirming and welcoming space. And I really, and your personality was funny as hell to me. So I bonded with that. So no, I think you have a great platform. Like some of your stuff is a little bit risky, but that's who you are.
36-year-old teens.
Yeah.
Grown folk teens.
Grown folk, yeah. But I think you have a good heart. And so that's one of the only reasons why, you know, I connect with people who I think have similar want the best in people. Angie said, I'm sorry, I was looking at Angie.
Go ahead.
She
Angie
said,
says, is he the only one they call Rev G?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the one they call Rev G. The one a lot of slander. I mean, a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of good stuff too.
So I don't know who the fuck Dr. J. Kelly's daily dosage actually believes he or she is, but let me just let you know something real quick, honey. I'm not Fupa Moore. I'm not Shitterling Handler. If you actually flip through the 2 years of video catalog on this here particular channel, you will see that what I personally, because I can't speak to nobody else, have built my platform off is commentary about pop culture related things, politically related things. And we've had entertainment and informative dialogue. And I'm very proud of the fact that I haven't, unlike a lot of other low-hanging fruit ass gap-toothed bitches, had to build my platform off of doxing and slandering, okay, and superficially chasing after other folk, because there are more useful things to do with things that happen within mainstream news or mainstream media, mainstream pop culture. That's my particular style of things.
So he's speaking on, I think he's speaking on me, but he I mean, again, he's in that space. But
okay,
myself,
hold on. So
then
let me ask Dr. J. Kelly's this then, Dr. Kelly's. Dr. Umar is being called out by a huge chunk of his peers, his contributors. He has been literally, we ain't talking about no subjective exposure. We're talking about he has been exposed. It now comes down to what you want to do with the facts, not the narratives, but the facts. And are you saying that you are upset at basically a militia group that decided to help aid and abet the Black community, who have been used as a piggy bank for Dr. Umar Johnson, that you have an issue with them attempting to shield Black people from that level of exploitation and finessing? Because I don't think you can bring that type of context into a situation, especially around a professional finesser like Dr. Umar. And I personally have a bit of a stint with Umar because I was one of those people who initially jumped on the Dr. Umar bandwagon as well, because he's a very articulate, outspoken person, and I still think he's very articulate and he's useful in terms of his talking points around the way that Black Black America has internalized white supremacy and the way that white supremacy capitalizes off
Right.
of that conditioning and enslavement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so initially I was for the whole charter schools and little black boys. And so y'all can help Dr. J out because he can't seem to actually be out when he says he's out. So can y'all go ahead and help him to the exit door? Can we go ahead and assist Dr. Kelly's on to the sick and shut in list? Can we go ahead and do that since he can't seem to actually be out?
Gosh. Yeah.
So, and so I was a financial contributor as well. And I gave my earnings and my money in support of projects that never came to fruition.
Wow.
What I did see come to fruition was luxury vehicles. What I did see come to fruition was luxury living at times. And hell, he couldn't even keep the homes that he had luxury in goddamn clean and organized. But that's another story for another day. But what I never saw was the money actually being allocated toward the projects that he was ciphering and extrapolating money from us towards. So I'm not mad at these groups that come together to bring awareness to the Black community, who we always fall for the okie dokie. We always fall for a very articulate, charismatic chatter and car salesman. And then they don't be until we broke and 3 months behind our water bill that we want to claim somebody did something to us.
Right.
So these groups trying to keep people from getting so far ahead of themselves and being suckered and finessed an opportunity to get out before it's too late. And it's already too late because we already 11 years in to the finessing. We already a decade in to the finessing. And I don't understand people who have a problem with that. And because to all those who support this nigga, I have not, out of all the commentary, I ain't heard near nigga properly explain to me why we ain't seen the manifestations that we were promised yet. Why even in that interview that Dr. Umar did, that I just reviewed a few months ago, do you remember the name of the podcaster guy? He and Rod Digger had interviewed, the rapper Rod Digger had interviewed.
Lord Jamal?
Yes, Lord Jamal.
Yeah.
Lord Jamal literally offered this man free services, advice, had people even came forward, architects, electricians, who had offered Umar free services. Ain't even necessary for you to extrapolate money. Because we believe in the vision, we will yield our services to this vision for free of charge. And do you know what Dr. Umar wanted in place? He wanted your motherfucking money right out of your left titty. Right out of the brow of your left titty is where he wanted the money from. Because he ain't interested in no damn school. He ain't interested in no damn black boys. He ain't interested in the damn Black community. And you know what? I'll give him this. I think once upon a time, Dr. Umar Johnson was sincere, but like most niggas who ain't got two brown pitties to rub together, all things that glitter, motherfuckers become enchanted with it and they lose their way. This is why the scriptures say, what does it profit a motherfucking man to gain the world and then to lose his everlasting soul? Because when you ain't humbled and you ain't got your purpose and your pain body and your ego in check before God ascends you, you will make a mess of the ascension. And that is what I believe Dr. Umar did. But what are your thoughts?
No, I mean, I definitely agree. I mean, I've been, speaking out against Umar. I mean, I got on late. I got on about 2016 when he was here in Kansas. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. And a friend of mine actually spoke out against Umar during one of the events, and she went viral. And the video was the one that says lesbian attacks Umar. I don't know if you saw that video, but it went viral. And so after that, I just started speaking up and speaking out. And my thing was the miscommunication. And it's just it baffles me. I mean, he doesn't have the support as he used to have. Because I remember when he would drop my personal information in a meme, I would have like 50 voicemails. I would have, in fact, one of his followers sent me a voicemail where he was cussing at me and yelling and threatening me. And so I took that voicemail and I sent it to his employer, and he was fired because he was a teacher.
Wow.
And he
That's
called me
why a
from
Shitterling
work.
Chandler is in danger. But go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, Umar is he's charismatic. He uses the authority, the so-called authority of being a mental health professional, which he keeps saying that he's a therapist. He's not a therapist, and so that's the main issue that Anti-Afro had with him, that he was lying about her profession. And so her and I, we were never into this for money. I mean, I've never gotten into this for money. Her platform is not even monetized, and it could be. I mean, so
and
many
mine
people
isn't either. And motherfuckers claiming that people who built the name off me, the people who claiming that I built it, me responding to motherfuckers who built their platforms up off of me, talking about I'm making money off their name. Making money where? My platform is not monetized, boo. I don't need $3.15 a month from YouTube.
Right. It's not worth it. And see, this is like, you got a lot of trolls in here now who are like kind of like just
because I was going to ask you, did you
go
want to
after
speak to
me?
some of these did you want to speak to some of these
Yeah, I mean,
points?
I
There was somebody
can,
in here named
because yeah, I mean, I can. I mean,
so
and
YouTube
I'll
Streets had a question.
yeah, and YouTube Streets is a person. Her real name is Cheryl something something.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
not
Sherry something.
let's not be doxy, Rev.
No. No, she uses that.
Oh,
She
okay,
uses that on her platform. I mean, she was in here earlier as her real self, and now
But
she's
before you say that,
as YouTube Streets.
Rev, all views and opinions expressed on
Are
this
my
here
own.
platform by Rev G, okay, are his, okay, and mine's are mine. Okay, but go ahead, Rev.
So it says, is Rev G going to talk about the money he was asking to sue people? And I already did talk about that. So what happened was, in October, November, December, people start making videos attacking me, attacking my wife, and all of that. And I asked for help, and that was the money that was used to deal with the fake reviews. And it was $2,000 raised. It was not enough to take people to court, to sue, and all of that. And that's what I did with that. And that keeps going on and on and on. These questions attacking my character, but no one deals with the fact of these people who were slandering me. They never talk about that, but they always bring this up to attack my character. And Liz Martin is one of the people who gave. And what I did is, any money that I use, I always talked about it. I told all the supporters. I sent them, it was from November to December. So I gave them the details. So these other people, they have no idea what they're talking about. And any other questions from these people?
Yeah, here's another one.
Also is going to talk about the sex. See, this is the same part he made in the period while waiting for his daughter. So I know who this is. Yeah, this is the person that made hundreds of videos about us before we even know who she was. She threatened. She was like, "You got your job. If you don't want to lose that job, stop making videos," stuff like that. No, so that video. So it was a sex toy lady started attacking me. And so I made a video using a razor, like a battery razor. And I was having a conversation with her, and I couldn't hear her over the sound of that fake razor. So that was the video. It was a funny video, comedy video. It had nothing to do with a sex. See, that's what I'm saying. She's the one that spliced my video, and I got her channel
Oh, so
removed.
this is who you were talking about.
That's who I'm talking about.
Oh.
The, and these are the people. That's the same person that Let Me See Your Transcript stands with. She made a video saying how she support her. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. That they try to character
But let me ask a
assassinate
YouTube
people.
Streets this question. A YouTube Streets, what do you think about Let Me See Your Menus behavior in general? Because I'm sure as a well-to-do, sane, rational human being, that you have saw this individual literally instigate. For instance, last year when I addressed her, the one time that I gave her, you know, that work for 20 minutes straight without catching a breath, I didn't even know I did not even know there was a female 18 member. Because at that time I wasn't even, I mean, Daryl was even more irrelevant to me then as he is to me now. And so it was my supporters who sent me this video, and they was like, oh, that's from Daryl's camp. And I'm like, I don't know you. I've never met you. We've never interacted. None of my commentary are about you. Why are you? Why is my name in your dick sucker? Why is my name in your super soaker throater? Why is my name in your deep throater? Why?
Right.
Like, why? And so literally picked a fight with me. She called. And when I tell you, I picked up the phone entirely and answered when she did. What do you have to say, YouTube Streets, about Shitterling Chandler's behavior? And independent of Rev G, what do you have to say about her conduct, her character, her behavior, and her willingness as a 40-year-old plus 400-pound big bitch to get out here and to instigate altercations with people who don't even know who she is and who ain't even looking for a confrontation? Because I'm fine with you liking her. Oh, YouTube, what? Y'all see, my minds don't play. They ain't even let YouTube Streets live long enough.
Yeah, she does.
YouTube Streets, I wanted to answer, but you know, it probably doesn't matter anyway. Thank you, Kendall Peacock, my sexy Kendall. You know,
no, she's not interested in the answer. She has issues. I mean, because I didn't know this lady at all, and all of a sudden someone sent me a clip, and I go to her page, and there she has. I mean, when I say over 150 videos on myself and anti-afro, it was, and this was in 1 month span. In 4 weeks, somebody made 100 or so videos. I mean, that's like that's that's crazy. And then she has been taking my videos, splicing it, just all this stuff. And so I got one channel shut down. We're gonna get another one too. I mean, because this is just it's ridiculous, and that's the kind of stuff that that I have been myself and anti-afro has been dealing with for quite some time. You know, it's just ridiculous. It makes no sense, man. but God has been blessing me, and I so thank you for allowing me to have this platform. I feel clean. I feel like I'm able to talk about this stuff, man.
You know, I have that effect on men, Rev.
Oh, okay.
You know, I have this very purifying effect. You know, now if a person is real toe up, they're gonna get toe up by the glory. You know, the glory gonna tear them up. But you know, if they on the path of healing, you know, this anointing just takes them right on over. And that happens. I'm a sacred object.
Right? Yeah. I take your word for it. Now you a good dude. Now I appreciate you.
No, I really appreciate your transparency. Thank you for coming up here and sharing your experience, because these people want to be stars, and I think we should make them stars. These people want to be famous, and I think we should make them famous for all the right reasons. I'm going to make you famous for your behavior, make you famous for your conduct. I'm going to make sure people know exactly who you are. You want to be famous? Let's do it. Let's do it.
I just want them to leave me the hell alone, for real.
And they're going to do that too. They're going to leave everybody alone. There's going to be.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, Rev. Okay, and this goes out to all the lands. The things that are coming are unimaginable. The depth that's going to be gone. The levels that are going to be reached are going to be something none of these people could have ever been prepared for. They haven't even been prepared for this much. They were completely blindsided by this, and this ain't even the deep part. This ain't even. They thought they done got on camera wailing and crying and begging folk to leave them alone. They thought things got bad. This is still child's play. First semester, we still in homeroom of this thing. I'm still just grabbing these motherfuckers by their ponytail and thrashing them back and forth across the room. I ain't even got to actually swinging yet. These are all just teasers and appetizers. We ain't even got to the main course yet. And like Larry D. Reid said, one by one, we're going to knock the pens down. People wait on this. This is a year and a half in the making. And when I tell you that this thing gets squared off like a crime scene, Rev, when I tell you this thing gets marked off, that the block is hot and marked off in this thing, Rev, you just stay tuned.
I definitely will be.
Stay tuned. And you stay encouraged. You and Anti-Sengali stay encouraged. Apply the pressure. Don't take no shit. And it's one thing for people to not like each other and to have an opinion about each other, but all this trying to reach through the screen for folks, oh yeah, that's not going to be tolerated. I don't give a damn what you think about somebody. You don't got a right to reach through. And if you're going to reach through, be prepared for someone to reach back for your ass. And you better make sure that your wig snatching game is stronger than the person reaching through to the other side, because I done told these people for 6 months now, Rev, I done told them that they gonna let the devil use you, but this is the season for me to let the devil use me too.
Amen. Amen.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna close the show out. Is there anything that you wanna say before I let you go?
You know what? I'm so thankful to, for your platform. And there's your Cash App. I mean, you a better salesman than I am. I want folks to support you and support it. And if they have a little bit left, if they have a little bit left.
So what's your Cash App?
It's right in front of my
let me take
my handle.
Okay, it's right there, you guys. It is.
Yeah.
Ahmad, could you guys put a Rev's Cash App sign if you guys want to contribute to Rev's presence for blessing our platform and for just getting the word out and, just letting folk know to be aware of the hound dog, basset hound, faced it, Kimberly Chandler out here running the street full of energetic rabies and shit. To keep your raid and keep your spiritual weapons drawn, because there are real predators out here doing the goddamn most. And and for being open and honest and having the courage also to speak to some of the things that were in the comment section. That was really brave of heart. So if you guys are feeling led by the Holy Ghost with the Afro to Cash App Catching Hell Rainbow Rev, that is one hell of a cash. Is all of that the Cash App name? Catching Hell Rainbow Rev, or is it just Catching Hell?
Yeah, just Catching Hell. I'm sorry.
Okay, Catching Hell. Okay.
Just Catching Hell. Yeah. Yeah, Catching Hell was my old show and blog. Yeah, so it's just Catching Hell is just there you go. Thank you. Yeah, I truly I'm subscribed, and I will be here and checking you out. But yeah, shout out to all of those who have
Yes.
supported us and support your channel as well. And Angie, I love your songs. That stuff is hilarious.
A true underrated talent out here on these streets. She
Oh
is
my
our minister of
gosh.
music. She's the kingdom's minister of music. So
Yes,
when
yes.
the folk think we drag, wait until Angie get in the studio and drag through a song selection. It's even
Oh
more
yeah.
epic, okay? Angie drags through music and creativity, and we love her and thank her. She's our wonderful minister of music. We live for her. She's totally awesome. And she
Yeah.
has a channel as well, so make sure that you guys subscribe to Angie's Angle right here, YouTube's finest.
But thank you, my friend. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And Andrea Anti-Afro, thank you so much for allowing me to tell your story as well. I
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yes. And Anti-Afro, you are more than welcome to touch the platform. I would love for you to come up here and tell your story. You have quite a story to tell, and you be encouraged as well. So thank you, Rev. I'm gonna call you after I wrap up this live.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good. Sounds like a
Okay.
plan. Yeah, thank you so much and
No,
be
thank you.
blessed.
You too.
Right.
So, you guys, hold on. Let me pull something up real quick. Let me hold on. Where's this picture? Let me wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? Let me bloop. Let me go ahead and do this right here. Hold on, let me share my screen really quick. I can get it off your page, I think. Yeah, so actually, this is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I'm looking for. Hold on, you guys. I didn't have any of this stuff queued up because I was on another live before I came on. But I have just some parting words for Miss Chandler. And the best is yet to come, honey. This thing is going to happen in layers. So be aware. Okay, so Father God, have mercy. Father God, have mercy. Okay. So, Miss Chandler, I really wish that you just would have really just, you just should have left me the fuck alone. Like all you bitches really should have left me the fuck alone, because I told you hoes that this is going to get much worse than it ever gets better. And I already done gave y'all a head up and told y'all that FUPA is the first in line. So while y'all over here thinking that y'all have time to make content, and while y'all think that y'all have time, okay, to just be acting like FUPA has the burden of a lawsuit, I've been telling y'all for months that there's going to be a knock at your door. Okay, so don't. I don't want to see y'all look confused and degrazed. Okay, when you get that knock, I don't want to see y'all doing begathons when you done known for 5 months that you were going to inherit the sins of your satanic father, that you were going to inherit the transgression, since you therefore desired to participate in the foolishness. I've been telling you. So I don't want to see no begathons. I don't want to see no last minute shit. And I damn sure don't want to see any one of you bitches running from a lawsuit. Okay? Because y'all talked enough shit to back it up before a federal judge. And you're going to. Okay? So let me tell, okay, this nappy-headed, black-knuckle, triple-belly, pot-pie, coochie-eating, gap-mouth, snag-a-tooth, hammer-toe-walking, nothing-ass bitch something, okay? You got the insolence, the motherfucking impudence, the goddamn hardihood, unmitigated gall to bring your funky pork rind, diabetic, vaginosis, naughty head ass up on screen yapping your yellow tooth, ball mouth ass throat about Governor Abbott ending the Texas mask mandate when it's clear that your teeth are still reinforcing, okay, the goddamn mandate by socially distancing from one another. Bitch, your mouth got more gaps in it than a slave's bloodline. Had your raggedy Bigfoot mammy taught your robust, bad body built ass that 3 servings of beef stew ain't supposed to go in your mouth all at once, you could have ended up avoiding pushing all your goddamn teeth apart through forced storage, daughter. Okay? Your mother conceived you out of whoredom and raised your wide back ass in the trunk of a car because they couldn't find a baby crib big enough to hold your elephantitis in the arm ass in throughout the night, ho. Bitch, the base of your goddamn neck looked like the entire Last Supper. Why are you mad? I didn't even know you was a human until I saw that the clump of flesh, bitch, had eyes and a damaged afro. Ho, your body built like melted Snicker bars. You look like coops of flesh, baby. Scoops of flesh. You know how they layer the goddamn ice cream upon one another? Scoops of flesh. You ain't got no damn room to be running your mouth when you need to be running a elliptical machine. You smushed booty toothless bitch. Okay? You need to also be running a goddamn extension cord through a goddamn thermometer and wrap that bitch around your right titty, because I know that the heat under that motherfucker is at least 150 degrees of smoldering hot summer heat. Okay? When I was on Knockout Media's channel last night, and he played that clip of Marcel your ass, okay, barking orders at you and talking to you like you were the very enlarged little sister that none of them ever wanted, I was ashamed and embarrassed, and I cringed for you that you would let a knucklehead bitch talk to you that way, which only speaks of your emotional depravity. But then I considered that you a big freaky bitch who like to suck dick. So bitch, you must be into verbal abuse fetishes. Cause don't this bitch look like she suffers from hit me daddy horniness? Bitch, you around here with this delayed, tired, and through boring ass channel talking about politics like you Condoleezza Rice, ho. Acting like you Nancy Pelosi and head of Congress and shit. Like you running things and shit. Bitch, when was the last time your thunder thigh tooting out of breath cardiovascular restraint ass led a nigga to freedom? Rather than to the motherfucking craved refrigerator that you used to chasing after, bitch. You think you Rosa Parks just because you refuse to stand up? How it was because you can't stand up. You power rolling, belly crawling, bad knee, potato wedge devouring bitch. Sitting your big ass in that little ass car, blowing them goddamn tires out of every goddamn nook and crevice every other goddamn week. Bitch, I know that car got to be goddamn scraping on the goddamn cement to the back from all the goddamn weight with fire blowing out of it and shit like a damn jet engine. Fucking up the ozone layer and endangering lives and things. Bitch, I'm trying to figure out why you talking shit. How the hell does your eyelids become overweight? Huh? Because it's just a matter of time, ho, before they revoke your license for exceeding the weight capacity of the vehicle you're in. Okay? You are a gap mouth, piglet in red lipstick, and I want you to know, from CTV to you, bitch, that you are pathetic and you is ugly and a goddamn maniac. Okay? And I can't wait until I get to tell the people about what's to happen when it comes to your ass, baby. Because I love that you are a unsuspecting prey. I love, girl, that you are never going to see what's coming come at all, baby. If you thought your lard ass was crying last year when someone reached out and touched your motherfucking life, I can guarantee you, bitch, you ain't seen a goddamn thing yet. Okay? Now, keep your motherfucking notifications bell turned on. Okay? I got a birthday vlog coming later in the week. Thank you to all of my birthday contributors. Y'all had a bitch B-Day week lifted, baby. It was fantabulous. Okay? And I'm going to be giving an epic breakdown of just how ratchet it motherfucking was. Okay? We also got some Larry Reid live case updates to get into, baby. You're going to be shook, bitch, when I read what the lawyers have submitted, baby. Oh, we got things to get into, bitch. And for the rest of 2021 and 2022, baby, we're going to be keeping our feet on these motherfucking hoes' necks. And that's just on period. Okay? And if you're new here, definitely subscribe and thumbs up and share. Shout out to the new subscribers, baby. We done pooched up to 22.3. 22.3 citizens of the Conscious Crew Kingdom, honey. Oh, yes, God. What's going on? Blessed, booked, and busy, ain't we? Ain't we? What's going on? Blessed, booked, and busy, ain't we? Aren't we? Blessed, booked, and busy. Oh, and make sure that y'all catch the documentary. Larry's documentary, baby, is debuting tomorrow, honey. We're going to be talking about it right here on this platform. The Dr. Reid documentary exclusive. So be in the building, okay? Y'all know it, Bonita. Y'all know it, Sugars. That's why y'all love me, and I love y'all too. Baby, this is the season. This is the season for the reason, baby. This is the season of wrath and reciprocity, baby. See, I'm free now. I'm free from the judgment, bitch. Now I'm here to do the judging. These hoes can't even keep lawyers because CTV on the case. Oh, Your Honor, oh, Your Honor, the representatives of the plaintiff are just causing me distress, Your Honor, attacking us. How does a YouTuber run off an attorney? Make it make sense. Can't nobody make it make sense. That's that motherfucking manifested Scorpios. Get you a Scorpio in your life. You will never regret the legendary energy that a scorpion bitch brings into your motherfucking life. That's why them hoes wanted to recruit me initially. Because can't nobody do it like CTV does it. It'll never be done if CTV ain't gonna do it. Now folk loyalists. now folk don't want to respond, honey. Lawsuit 1-on-1, bitch. Lawsuit 1-on-1, bitch. Woo! Ciao! Let me get out of here. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later.